The Orton Effect and other diffusion of light effects are very popular techniques. I'll show you how to apply them whilst taking advantage of Affinity Photo's non-destructive functionality. This ultimately gives you more flexibility with the effect and saves time when you need to continue editing other aspects of your images. With a typical document that contains layers like this one, there is no need to merge or flatten the layer stack. I can simply go to Layer, New Live Filter Layer, Blur, Gaussian Blur, to apply Gaussian Blur as a live filter layer, which is completely non-destructive. On the dialog, I'll check Preserve Alpha and drag the radius up to a suitable value. Then I'll close the dialog. And on the Layers panel, I'll set the blend mode to Overlay. This produces an effect that is far too strong, but I can now use blend ranges for fine control over how this Gaussian blur layer will blend. I'll click the cog icon here to access the Blend Options dialog. And on the Source Layer Ranges graph, I'll click-drag the left-hand node down all the way. This will prevent the effect from applying to the darker tones in the image, and will reduce the excessive contrast look. Now, if I hide and then show the layer, you'll see that the highlights receive a nice bloom or glow. I can further control the effect by manipulating the graph. For example, I'll uncheck Linear, then click-drag to add another couple of nodes, and end up with a sloping curve. Experimenting with the blend mode is also a great way of extending the variety of looks that can be achieved. Soft light will be more subtle than overlay, but I'll switch to screen for something really dramatic. I'll reduce the layer opacity to tame the effect. Then finally, one of the benefits of this non-destructive approach is the ability to move this layer within the layer stack. Its effect will differ depending on the interaction with other adjustments and filters. For example, if I move it below all the other adjustment layers, this results in a stronger contrast enhancement. Bringing it below some of the top tonal adjustments produces a brighter result compared to if it were at the top of the layer stack again. As always, don't be afraid to experiment. In addition to this more involved method, Affinity Photo also offers a live diffuse glow filter, which produces a different but equally useful result. I'll go to Layer, New Live Filter Layer, Blur, Diffuse Glow, to add it to the layer stack. The result appears instantly, but needs a bit of modification to make it look suitable for this image. I'll drag the radius up, reduce the intensity, then experiment with the threshold slider, which will determine the range of tones to affect. The opacity slider is there to control the overall strength of the effect. I can reduce this slightly if some of the highlight detail looks like it's too intense. As with the previous example, I can close the dialog, then hide this live filter to remove its effect, before showing it again to bring the effect back. And of course, I can experiment with its position in the layer stack to see how the rendering differs. So there we go, a quick video on how to achieve a light diffusion effect non-destructively. I hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.